In the past year, I've gone from literally 5,000 to over 200,000 subscribers. I've worked with creators like Preston Plays, Lila Rose, Father David Michael Moses, Revival Maps. I've helped creators go from 0 to 25K subscribers within 4 months. I've helped creators go from 60 to 120K. And I've helped creators with over millions of subscribers. This is all gonna be a one take. And I'm basically gonna explain how you can grow and level up your YouTube channel and walk through different case studies that I've done. So in the past year, I've literally changed my life completely. I've gone to every place 12 apostles died. I've made videos of literally millions of views. I can live my dream life. And it has literally been my mission to help spread the gospel online, but not only that, help inspire and mentor different Christian and faith-driven creators. And they don't have to be explicitly Christian creators, but I do have to have this mindset of trying to make the world a better place. Because I truly believe that content is, can, and will change the world. And as far as we've gotten when it comes to new people coming into the church, young people becoming Christian, and this explosion, this Christian revival that's happening across the world. And as much as YouTube has helped with that and content creation has helped with that, I think we're barely getting started. So in this video, sorry, it's one take. We're gonna walk through the 5 principles on how to grow on social media. This is a blueprint that I've used and employed to help over 88 creators. And the first thing to keep in mind is to understand your competitive advantage. What makes you special? And so I first learned this most clearly with my own channel, of course. So I used to have a channel that was like an entertainment channel. I would make videos like, I ate gas station food for 50 hours, or I ate In-N-Out for 50 hours. Like the most crazy, ridiculous stuff. I don't even know why I did it. It was crazy. And basically, I was on my way to make another one of those videos, and then I got into a car accident. And when I got into this car accident, by the way, they're okay, I'm okay. The car's not okay. But I really was just sitting at home, and I was like, I really want to make videos. And so I just started making videos about Christianity. And if we sort by most oldest, you can see what I was doing. I was literally making video essays from my home. And just because I always wanted to make videos, but I couldn't. Because I couldn't even drive to the gas station. You know what I mean? And what I realized was that these videos quickly eclipsed anything I'd done with the entertainment channel. I mean, with the entertainment channel, I was like 300 subscribers after a year. With this, I literally got monetized within like 4 weeks. And as you can see, the view counts are pretty high. And I was quickly making around like 2K a month from AdSense. And I really saw God's encouragement from this. And the reason why it succeeded that I know now is because I had inadvertently stumbled upon literally the most important thing for a YouTuber success, which is understanding your competitive advantage. Understanding what makes you special, unique. I am one of the very few people in the world that simultaneously loves their faith of Christianity, but also understands YouTube enough, and also can make videos about that topic, and also can explain things very simply and concretely to a broad audience. You combine all 4 of those skills, competitive advantage, successful channel. And I've basically been riding this success ever since. And it doesn't necessarily, when you're coming up with your competitive advantage, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you like. It could also be something that you do. It could be something that you are. For example, one of my clients, and yeah, we have him pulled up later. Here, I'll show you right now. I used to work with this channel called Triple B. This guy literally owns like 2,000 fragrances. It's like, how do you even own that many fragrances? I don't even know. But he has so many fragrances. And so obviously for him to make a channel around fragrances is a natural fit. But you could also be a mom with, like 8 children. And your children are out of the house and you make videos about how to parent children well. Or you could be, a professional track athlete and you make videos about running. These are different ways to think about your competitive advantage, because at the end of the day, there is this wave of content out there. There are literally, billions of videos being released every single year. And so to stand out, You've got to find what makes you special and what makes you different. But the next principle of having a successful channel is to find a gap in the market. So this is one of the clients that I actually still work with, which is Truthfully. And so basically they're this Catholic AI app. And so, they were approaching me about starting a new long form channel. And so this is the first video we made. It has over 630,000 views. This is a brand new channel when that video was released. There was nothing on this channel. New channel, 600,000 views. And I've done that for so many different people at this point. And the reason why we chose this video is that for a Catholic AI app, maybe the first instinct would have been like apologetics, like teaching people about why they're Catholic or like, defending the faith, which is what a lot of Catholic channels do. But I said, no. We're not going to do that. We're going to try to find a gap in the market and do something different. And so the process for this was to basically go through lots of YouTube and to be like, what does well on channels, but isn't only being done on a channel? What works well in other niches that could be applied to this niche? And so for this specific video, we noticed a trend of videos about Eucharistic miracles, which are basically like these documented miracles that happen in the Catholic Church, them doing really well. But also there was not really like a comprehensive video made on the topic, not with the Gen Z editing style. And then basically we came up with a good thumbnail. We had this topic, and the creator of this, Thomas, he crushed it, by the way. I don't take all the credit, but definitely me thinking about the intro, the idea, and the general direction was how this video, literally on a brand new channel, got over 600,000 views. And so that's basically what we want to think about. And to find like a gap in the market, it really just comes down to training your brain on lots and lots of channels in your niche or in adjacent niches. And so I've literally studied the Christian niche inside and out, and generally just the conservative world, like all those different videos inside and out, and other niches very well as well. That, you can literally say like, let's make a video on the stargazing niche. And you can probably have like maybe 10-minute photo versus 1-hour photo versus 10-hour photo, like developing stargazing. Or it could be like the most rare stars that you can see, or like the craziest stars you can see. Or maybe it's like you're teaching a beginner how to be a pro stargazer within 8 hours. So like what I'm doing there is that like I'm literally pulling from different niches and being like, how do we bring this into the stargazing niche? If I wanted to do this and say, let's do the gardening niche, I could probably do like, I spent $1,000 on gardening materials and this is what happened. Or it could be, I asked 100 professional gardeners, what is their advice? Or it could be, you know what I mean? So it's like pulling these different niches. And like I'm referencing like the business niche, the challenge niche, the finance niche, and all these different niches, and you plug and play and you bring them into your niche. And that only comes by studying lots and lots of YouTube. The next big lesson is that you really want to understand how to come up with lots and lots of good ideas. So when I first moved to Dallas, I used to work for Preston Plays, who's a legend. I literally grew up watching him. It was so awesome. And one thing that really dawned upon me with Preston, and by the way, he has 32 million subscribers, and this is like one of his 8 channels, so combined like over 100 million. And what I really was taught working for this company was that lots and lots of ideas are everything. For every single idea you put in production, you should have 100 filtered out, sometimes even 1,000 filtered out. And all these ideas should be data backed. I mean, if I thought incredibly deeply, I could tell you the inspiration, the specific thumbnails, the different concepts that these are originally pulled from. And so they mix and match this. That way they're able to, make a successful video. And I specifically did not work with the Preston main channel. I worked with this channel, Brianna Reacts. And so basically, if you sort by most popular, I came up with this idea, I came up with this idea, I came up with this idea, I came up with this idea. And so yeah, basically these were like totally brand new formats that we brought in. And the way that we did this, I don't currently work with them, by the way. I just want to clarify that. We left on good terms. I actually quit my job from this to pursue my channel full time. But I like literally would like scroll through lots and lots of YouTube. I would literally create new accounts in the reactions niche with like an ideal profile of this. And I would just be like, what's working there? What's working there? And then basically I would like come up with these ideas, and then they'd be data backed. And then they were literally some of our most successful videos ever, even today. And they unlocked new formats. And yeah, that's basically it. And so the next big principle that I've learned is that, well, let me emphasize something. Sorry, I know it's kind of like scatterbrained, but like think about it like this: the importance of good ideas. Not only do good ideas get more views, because if you're going to spend 8 hours on a video, would it not be better to spend, 8 hours on a video that'll get 10,000 views, or 8 hours on a video that'll get 100,000 views? Because to really emphasize, to really drill this point home, to get the same amount of views, it would require you to have 8 times of these types of videos, which is just crazy to put out loud. And so filtering ideas is super, super important. And not only would it get more views, better ideas are easier to film. They're easier to come up with the thumbnails for. They're more fun to film. They're easier to edit. They have a story. They have, more personality. There's like a whole bunch of different levers. And so this is why ideation is really like the fundamental thing of any YouTube channel. And that's what me and my clients, that's how we're able to get the most results. And so, yeah. And so the next big principle of YouTube is to really focus on the hook. So this is one of the channels that I work with. They're called Revival Maps. Basically, they're this, Ethan is an evangelist. And so he wanted to stand out in this niche of Christianity, which is just like, sometimes it'd be kind of hard to stand out. And so basically what we did was that we had some great ideas here. And, for example, like I asked 100 Harvard students, who is Jesus? And so when it came to creating this video, I was like, initially we were like, well, maybe we should have like a more long-winded intro. Like Ethan, the main guy, explains what he's going to do. He's going to explain what's going to happen. I said, no, we need to have a hook in the beginning that shows like, for example, like them cussing him out, like a highlight reel showing what's to come. Because since people's attention spans are finicky, we have to hook them in. We have to kind of serve them the candy so that we can feed them the vegetables and give them more depth and more complexity and more everything. And so that's what we did with this video and all these different other videos, is that we obsessed over the intros, the hooks, to be able to capture their attention. Because the easiest way to have more people stay to the end is to have more people stay to the beginning. And this also kind of brings into another macro YouTube strategy, which is that you should be focusing on like, oh, by the way, that's me. You should be really like making sure that you're focusing on like the highest ROI things. And so it's like some creators, they'll like focus on the intros. And I'm like, oh, no. Wait, let me put it a different way. Some creators, like it's a 20-minute video. They're like, what if I use a different color 12 minutes in the video? What if I had a different sound effect? What if I, work on this transition? And wouldn't it be so cool? And don't get me wrong, that's important. Viewer satisfaction and making great videos is important. But when it comes down to order of priorities, and I know you're busy, everyone's busy, doesn't matter who you are. You need to make sure that you're focusing and putting a disproportionate amount of effort into the things that are way more important for the success of videos. For example, like if we spend 20 minutes on a video, we might spend proportionally like 5 hours coming up with the intro, even though it's 30 seconds out of like a 20-minute long video. That's how important the intro is. Other things that are super important is ideas, titles, thumbnails, macro channel strategies, different thumbnail formats, branding. I could go on and on. But then it comes down to the fifth principle on how to succeed on YouTube, which is the easiest way to have exponential results is to do something completely differently. So Lungs of Faith is another channel that I did a consulting call with. And so you can see that their channel used to be getting like 1,000, 20K, 2K, 30K views. And then basically they literally booked a call here and their channel is like totally different. I mean, he described it to me that like he went from like being recognized like once a month to like getting swarmed by people. And it's not really about like fame. It's just a proxy of like impact. You know what I mean? And so he literally went from that to getting like 300,000, 600,000, 100K, 400K, 71K, 300K. This is now suddenly one of the most promising and up and coming brands in the conservative world. And it's all because we understood this most clearly, that you can chase after better titles, better thumbnails, better intros, all of that. But the easiest way to have exponential results is to take a holy risk. It's to do things completely differently. When we were thinking about how to go bigger and how to completely reinvent the space, it was kind of scary, a little bit nerve-wracking. We didn't know how this video would do. I thought it would do well, but I didn't know how well it could do. So it required us to have faith in God. And you don't have to be a believer to understand this. But what you have to understand is that you've got to go above and beyond to try and do things differently. One of the biggest things that I have done personally is that when I was invited to the Digital Jubilees, which is like this online gathering, which is like this gathering in Rome of 1,000 influencers all over the world, there was an opportunity we might have had to meet the Pope. And so I'd literally been praying about it for months, about the chance to. And through a crazy turn of events, I basically go to Rome, and that morning, before we have the opportunity to possibly meet the Pope, I hear this from God. I hear like the most supernatural prayer I've ever heard, where it's like God is telling me, God, if I give you this opportunity to meet the Pope, you must drop everything and follow me. Like it literally felt like God was speaking to me. And through a crazy turn of events, I did meet the Pope that day. And I did talk to him briefly and deliver him a White Sox jersey. And as an act of faith, I literally, unenrolled from college, quit my job, and booked a one-way ticket to Israel to film my video. I went to Bible locations and real life. When I made this video, nobody had ever made a video like this. I didn't know it was gonna work. I didn't know if I had enough savings. I didn't know if any of this would work out. I didn't know if it would. But I trusted in God, because if God leads you to it, He'll lead you through it. And so if you would like more information on how to grow your YouTube channel, fill out the link in the description. I'll send you more information directly into your inbox. And if you would like more like regular consulting from me personally, reach out to my business email. Just shoot me over a quick message. I'll literally reach out to you personally. And God bless you. I really hope this video helps you. It is my mission, All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.